So in one of the last Star Pack videos, I had Mantis Stork going, and at one point I had the Mantis Faint and Orca, and I got Deer. And I think in the end I just sold the Deer. However, in the comments, someone suggested that I should have kept the Deer, have the Mantis faint it, and then play on with a bus in Pack 3, which definitely would have been a good idea. However, I was kind of committed to the double Stork faint. Actually, here we get matched with Oscar. Always nice to see people you recognize, although it happens a lot more frequently in Star Pack. So what I decided to do was, although I didn't want to do Mantis Orca because I've done that before, and I'll link the video for that in the description if you want to see it, I decided to try and make it a little bit harder, and we're going to go for Orca Leech. Now, clearly Mantis is an awful lot better because it only takes one turn to faint anything, and it doesn't matter how high its health is. With Leech, you are dealing 1 damage per turn, which means you have to, like for instance, there's a blobfish in the shop there. If we wanted to faint it, we would have to spend 4 turns removing 1 health at a time. Or we could also use Lollipop and Fried Shrimp to bring the health down more quickly. And that's definitely going to be required for Orca, because Orca's starting health is 8. So we've got a decent start here. We've got the Clownfish from the turn 3 level up. We found the Leech relatively quickly on turn 5. Now I can give it Strawberry as well, because I want to look for Dove. So there's a Dove. However, here I make a mistake and I roll by accident. I should have just bought the Strawberry, so we could have kept the Starfish for another turn, but it doesn't really matter too much. Still on 5 hearts, which is the most important thing, and we can get a level up on the Leech as well. It doesn't really benefit, its ability gives it a little bit extra health when it faints something, but it doesn't actually deal more damage. And I have seen people suggest that in the past, that they think Leech should be changed so that the higher levels deal higher damage. It would definitely be more interesting, but I can't see them making that change, to be honest, because there's a lot of situations where obviously you don't want the Leech to deal extra damage. Like if you're having the Leech hit Triceratops or Piranha in this pack, then you don't want to be dealing more damage, and there's no garlic or lemon to mitigate it. So we'll take the buy sell on the platypus here for a little bit of free health. And I've got the Lollipop Fried Shrimp combo frozen, but I see the Crow and another Clownfish, so I just have to take it. And then we get another platypus, so I'll just do that buy sell as well, and then take the chocolate. Although, I could maybe have saved it for 1 turn that in case I get Orca on turn 9. However, I am kind of hoping for Shoebill, because we really need the rest of the team to be bulky enough to carry while we wait for the Orca to faint. And then ultimately we're going to end up with a very weak unit coming out of the Orca as well. So since I'm on 5 health, that also gives me plenty of time to get the Shoebill quickly leveled and get Strawberry on everything. Now, we are closing in on the 10 wins relatively quickly here. So you can see there's a little bug there with the frozen kiwi. The freeze effect remained for some reason. I think it's to do with how quickly you do it. If you're selling the Crow and then you freeze something too quickly, you get that weird little glitch. But we get a lot of Crows in this game, and that means we can get the Shoebill leveled up very quickly. I don't freeze the Fried Shrimp here. I'm not sure if that was because I was hoping for Lollipop first, but I think we'll see on the next turn that I freeze the next Fried Shrimp I see anyway. But now on turn 11, I'm just going to roll for Orca, because I need to find it as soon as possible so the Leech can start working on it. I do freeze the Fried Shrimp, which means there's fewer slots to find the Lollipop, but I'm looking for the Orca first and foremost. Of course, if we buy the Orca and then don't have the Lollipop, the Leech is actually not doing anything, because it will just be ultimately removing attack, because the stats are going to get swapped. But it's another win, so we're all going to be on 8 already, and we need at least a couple of turns to be able to feint an Orca. So now we just have to hope to lose, so that's why I'm not buying these extra shoe bills. We do find the lollipop. And I think on the last roll here, I'm going to find the double orca, but we only need one. And we don't have any protective equipment, so there is a decent chance we're going to start losing now. We get matched with a team that has a very large eel, so we're going to get beaten there. Level 2 Komodo on turn 12 already. So lollipop the orca, use the fried shrimp, and now we need one more fried shrimp in order to be able to feint the orca next turn. But because we have 4 hearts, I'm going to leave the shoe bill in for a bit longer, make sure that we get as much scaling as possible, and then potentially it can be sold if I feel like I need Velociraptor to actually get the win. We win there, so now we just need a fried shrimp, and it's in the shop immediately. So there we go, 1 health orca. The leech is going to feint it this turn, and then we can see what we're going to get. And I take the lollipop on the leech because the shoe bill is giving health, more health than attack. And we get cuttlefish. It's always cool to see the golden pack units come out of the orca. And even better when you get matched with vulture. And the cuttlefish means that the vulture now does 1 damage per snipe. We don't have any peppers for it to remove. So it's going to be a crushing victory for the Leech Orca team. And after this, I'm going to show some more clips because this wasn't the full story. I had a bunch of attempts at this that were plagued by problems. So first of all, I actually won before this with Groundhog from Orca, but ended up losing the recording, or at least I didn't press. Maybe I just didn't press record for whatever reason. There was no recording afterwards, so I just had to make a recording of the final battle to show that it actually happened. And then here is Weasel, but we get matched with opposing 50 attack Yak with Velociraptor, of course, and the team just isn't strong enough to get the win. Here's another one where I get Cuttlefish's little sibling, the squid. However, this game actually, I got matched with, well, I didn't get matched with Sag, but if you watch Sag's recent Star Pack video, he got matched with that team before I got the squid though. Here's another one where the opposing team is just far too big. They've got the kept double tier 1 from the beginning, and the level 3 shoe bill. We just had no chance there. And there are so many pets you can get out of Orca these days. Here is Rooster, but I didn't have time to do anything with it. Obviously, Rooster Stego would be pretty good. I think it might have been a draw there if we had 1 extra HP on the jellyfish. And then this final one is kind of funny because you couldn't even tell that I'd had Orca. The Orca produced Piranha, and I really didn't want to make that the main body of the video because getting a Star Pack unit out of Orca was not really what I was hoping for.